Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk with me, Rical, man. Hey, for Laker fans, I know I don't know if you're gonna be happy with this or not, but we have breaking news. I've been waiting for since I was today is Wednesday. I've been waiting since Sunday and to drop this news, but I've been super busy. I didn't have time to do it. But anyway, we have breaking news, man. In 1979, the late Jerry Buss purchased the Lakers from Jack Kent Cook for $67 million, right? $67.5 million, and passed the team on to his children when he passed away. Of course, the team was on trust, so he passed it on to his children. Um, um, and now, after 46 years, that era, the Buss family era just came to an end. Jeanie Buss have sold the team for $10 billion to chairman and CEO of TWG Global, and he's the owner of the Dodgers. So they sold the team. Well, the Lakers, Jeanie Buss sold the team for $10 billion. When you look at it, Jeanie Buss was the last Buss, pretty much. When I mean the last Buss, I'm not talking about the last one in the family. I'm talking about the last one in terms of decision making. She took ownership from her brother, who was running it to the ground, and then like the decision making. Even at the time when the late Kobe Bryant was there, Kobe wanted to be traded. There's a lot of stuff that was going on. The Jeanie Buss has to step in and took ownership with the help of Magic Johnson at the time to help her take the reign to transition the Lakers to where they are now, which is the reason why LeBron decided to join the organization, because of Magic. Then Magic abruptly left. He didn't like the direction that was going on. Of course, from all the others, the other noise inside the organization, he wanted to step away. But Jeanie Buss was the last Buss, the last decision maker. Any decision that had to be made was her, right? Anything with the Lakers. Now she went from ownership to the final voice to now have to go to across town to where the Dodgers are, to her boss. Now she has a boss. So she's not the final decision maker now. Now she has a boss. She has someone to report to say, hey, this is what's going on. Do you like that? Do you like, before she make any decision? So any trade has to go to her boss. Mark Walter. So Mike Walter. So Jeanie Buss will still remain as the governor, right? She is the minority owner. She sold the team for $10 billion. Mark Walter owned the team, right? Mark Walter owned the team. So, but Mark Walter, for familiarity with the players and all that stuff, he's letting her still run the day to day. But the final decision, anything, she still had to go to him for that final stuff. So she used to sign the checks. Not anymore. The checks have to go across town to Mark Walter to make sure that he make the decision. Any trade, he had to get the final approval. See, before, with that Luka Doncic trade and Anthony Davis, Jeanie Buss was the final piece. Now it wouldn't go to her. She will see it, but it wouldn't go to her. That decision gonna go to her boss now to make sure that the decision is, this is what he wants. From what you see with the Dodgers, this is not a guy. He spent $1 billion on two pitchers, so this is not a guy who he's a billionaire. To have $10 billion to be able to spend to buy a team, you have money, and even him buying the Lakers for $10 billion, he still have billions of dollars left, to be able to do other things. So he's not her for cash. So for Laker fans, seeing what Mark Walter has done with the Dodgers, to help, Magic Johnson is there as well as a minority owner, but to see the amount of money spending on two pitchers, you spend $1 billion on, almost $2 billion actually on two pitchers. So this is not a guy who's afraid to spend money to help his team win, right? That now, baseball and basketball, a little different, right? Are you willing to pay that luxury tax every year, which the Lakers used to do? The Yankees were, known for that for a long time, paying those when the late Steinbrenner was there, George Steinbrenner, that is, to pay those, millions of dollars in luxury taxes just to have more, because every team have a salary cap where you have to maintain. And the Yankees will go over that. The Lakers used to go over those salary cap. If it's $200 million, they have to keep for their budget. That the league said, hey, this is what you have to spend. They used to spend above the salary cap to be able to maintain the core players that they want. They haven't done that in a while, but now you have a owner and Mark Walter who's known to spend money to get what he wants, who's known to spend money to make sure to make his organization, his companies better. He's willing to invest, and that's what you want as an owner, right? As an owner, when you're running an organization, you have employees. You have to look at the benefit of what would benefit the company and what would benefit the organization and what would benefit the staff, the team members that reports to you, that work for you. When you are the chairman and CEO of a company, from the janitor and up, although they don't report to you directly, but what you do, how you, the investment that you put in the company will benefit the people from the bottom, not just people from the top. Right? I don't believe the top down model. I believe in the bottom up model. So you have to help the people in the bottom to make sure that you invest in them. How you invest in them, making sure that they're being paid properly, and then you go on from also making sure the people on the top, the decision makers as well, are getting paid. So when the people are getting paid, you can say, hey, we're family, because now you're investing. And I think that the Lakers have done that for a lot of players after they left the organization, to give them jobs, to make sure that the Lakers are the first to give them jobs, to make sure that they're able to come in. You see Darvin Ham, you see all the stuff. So Lakers keep, they invest in their people to make sure that when they're done with the organization, as long as you're not out there bad mouthing them, they invest in that. But now that final piece is removed from Jeanie Buss. It's the end of an hour. To sell the team for $10 billion is a lot of money of course, but now you're not the decision maker. So for Laker fans, this might be a great thing for you. If you're looking at it from that standpoint. So there's a lot of people who wanted Jeanie Buss gone. A lot of people who wanted Rob Pelinka gone. Right now, Rob Pelinka's he's calling every team in the NBA to be able to get a deal done. Right? He's trying to do everything possible to get a deal done. He's so we'll see what happened with that. But the team has been sold. The Buss family no longer own the Lakers. So this is the end of an era. So we'll see what happened with that. This is breaking. That's breaking news, man. To sell the team for $10 billion, it's a lot of we'll see what happened with that. Anyway, man. One thing I want to point out, right? One thing I want to put, watching the NBA playoffs right now, two key players that stood out to me, and you have to give them a shout out, man. When you look at Alex Caruso, right? Alex Caruso from OKC and Benedict Mathurin, right? My Haitian brother, in the finals. Both those guys in the finals so far have scored 61 points each in the finals so far. 19 rebounds and 4 blocks, and that's for role players to come in so far in the finals. When you see players, Halliburton didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So and those guys, both guys have stepped up for the respective teams. So you got to give credit to those guys. Shout out shout out to Benedict Mathurin. Shout out to Alex Caruso for doing what they're doing. Of course, dropping 61 points each total in the NBA Finals, 19 rebounds and 4 blocks. This is is a testament to what they've done. It's a testament to what the organization both organizations are allowing them to do. So you gotta give them credit for that. So shout out to them, man. But as a fan, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for my team, Orlando Magic. Of course, having Bane it is great, but people are upset. A lot of people are upset for the trade. They're saying, hey, that shouldn't be the case. You give up 5 first round pick for 4 first round pick and 2 players. But I'm not look. What I'm looking at, right? As a fan, as an Orlando Magic fan, I'm looking at it as a KCP, right? When you look at it on Pope contract, he still has like $40-something million left on his contract. He didn't perform the contract that he signed. He didn't perform for that contract. So now you dumping $43 million from a player that you give up 16 picks, whatever, 17 picks this year coming up on the draft. You give that up. The other 3 picks, yeah, in the first round. Who says Orlando will be in a bad spot? All they were missing was that 2 guard. They got that. You have Isaac, you have Ben Carroll, you have Wagner. So I'm super excited, to see what happened. Bane gave you 23 points a game. A 6'5" guard, 2 guard, which is something that we were missing. So I'm super. He's lengthy. He's a great defender, and he's averaged 45 points, 45% from behind the arc. He could drain the threes from anywhere, and I love that. Orlando Magic combined don't give you that. So as a fan, as an Orlando Magic fan, so I'm super excited with that, man. So hey, it is what it is, man. We're not always gonna get what we want. Yeah, for the fans, I know, and I hear you. Some fans, you say, hey, the number 1 pick, a first round pick, give you Dwight Howard. First round pick, give you Penny Hardaway. First round pick, give you Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I mean? First round pick, give you Ben Carroll. So you have Wagner, you have all this stuff. So I understand you're able to get a player like Isaac. You're able to do that. But a lot of time too, you don't know what those picks will come. So as a fan, we're in a win now mode, so you want to win. So back to back, we had an opportunity to be in a 2nd seed, but we fall down, injury, all that stuff. But seeing Ben Carroll with Wagner together, now you can't double up on Ben Carroll, right? You got to play a man to man because you have a Batman and Rodman, what I mean. So you have the Rodman part and Bane that's gonna give you that 20 plus points a game. That keep Wagner, who's becoming a star himself, to be able to do that. But as a fan, I'm excited. Anyway, man, sports talk. Like, subscribe, and share, man. Peace out.